Welcome back, guys, gals, gays, and theys, to the Hangout Quest podcast. Here again with Camry, my friend.
Hi, I'm Camry.
Camry's here.
Friend and co-host, officially.
Mm-hmm. We're here to talk about Genshin and other Hoyoverse-related nonsense. It's been kind of a big couple of weeks. ZZZ just came out. Zenless
ZZZ?
Zero. Genshin just added a new endgame mode or something, whatever the Imaginarium Theatre is.
I think it's widely regarded as in-game content at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go ahead and start with that. Let's start with the Imaginarium Theatre. How have you been liking it? It came out a couple weeks ago. I don't know, you attempted it, right? You've gone through it?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I ran through it once. I've got to say, I'm not thrilled with the choice of elements that they're going with for the first run of the Imaginarium Theatre, because I am not a pyro baby, and I am not an animo baby, and I am not an electro baby. Mm-hmm. So I don't have enough characters to run it. And also, it's kind of sweaty when I do, because I don't really... I have Bennett and I have Kooky, but I don't have a lot of support units that fit the parameters.
Sure. Well, you've got Jin Yoon too now, for the animo stuff. Not the, I'm just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I see
played
what
her
you're saying.
some.
Yeah, I feel like you're not going to be happy with the element choice unless it's Dendro and Hydro. But, that's just...
Yeah.
I get it.
You know what?
Geo.
I'm set for Geo. I'm set for Dendro. I'm set for Hydro. Electro is not that bad for me. It's just that most of the Electro units that I have are DPS units that I don't play. So that I could make the number, but I need to level up a lot of characters.
No.
Yeah, there's a Venn diagram, and I am not on the right side of it right now.
Sure, yeah. I'm liking it. I also didn't have enough characters whenever it came out. I just today finished leveling up my Yanfei to get her in there, and I'll be able to attempt hard mode now, which is great. I really liked normal mode. I enjoy what's going on here. I like the combat zones a lot. I'm in love with that castle in the sky terrain that's in there right now. It looks like the castle from Official's story quest, or summer event from a long time ago, and it's dope. It's just like a revamped Official's castle, the Imaginarium or whatever, and I dig it.
He drops the name and goes, or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Who knows? That's I really like it, and
if only you could take pictures inside.
If only, dude. I can't believe it. I haven't tried Charlotte. Well, obviously I haven't tried Charlotte, but whenever Cryo comes around, I'll try Charlotte.
Yeah, does it count as a domain?
I don't know. It might, I don't know what it counts as. Hopefully Charlotte can do it. They hopefully, they gave us that technology, and I hope it works. I can't wait.
They did give us the technology
for the cryo run around. I'll be ready. But
you will be.
Yeah. It's funny that we're both going to be. Everyone else is going to be complaining whenever Geo comes around, because everyone else is just either they have Zhongli or they don't. And you've got Zhongli, but you've also got a Navia that you're super into, and maybe by then you'll have your Chiori. I don't know, by the time she comes around.
Maybe then.
And then I myself am a huge Noelle and Chiori fan, so I don't have a Zhongli, but...
Well, I can make that my loner character if you want.
Yeah, that'll be great, yeah. that would be wonderful. Yeah, I'm excited for Geo to come around. I love Noelle and Chiori, dude, just on yeah. And Navi is your favorite character, so
Navi is my favorite all-time character of any Hoyoverse property thus far, which is great. She's not my usual type, so I'm happy. I feel like we were initially excited about the emotes. I think I have fallen out of love with the emotes because of the ones they gave to us. Do you just stand still? Are they just poses? They're not really truly emotes?
Yeah, they show up on the they show up in the photo mode, where in photo mode you can go change their stances, and that's where they show up. So and only for those specific characters. So once you've bought, I don't know, have you gotten any of them?
No, because I wasn't excited about any of them.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well. I'm a huge Noelle fan, so I got Noelle's. But
of course.
Yeah, you go into photo mode, and then they're in there. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not emotes. Like, you can't just go emote whenever. You gotta be able to go into photo mode.
I'm like not that into it, but I think in the special program they talked about being able to use that currency for the trail effects, the echo thing that they're going to institute.
Well.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
They're introducing another form of currency, but yes, it's
a different form of currency.
Yeah, you're gonna get those coins. There's some sort of coin for the emotes, and then it's some sort of key for the character trails.
Ah, damn.
But you get both of them from the Imaginarium Theatre, so you won't have to change. You won't have to do anything extra, I don't think.
That's theoretically good. I just wanted to be able to use it on the other thing because I'm not really into the emotes, but that's fine.
Well, whenever characters you like come around, we'll see what happens whenever Navia gets her emote.
Yeah, when Navia gets her emote, when Nilou, when Hu Tao, I'm sure there will be ones I'm excited about. I just, Ayato's was deeply disappointing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have Raiden. Zhangling's, I'm not going to take photos.
I liked Zhangling's emote, but yeah, she's not my favorite character. So,
if I could make any of my characters do that emote, then I would be really excited about it. But only for Zhangling, I'm not going to go take photos with her.
I am pretty sad that it's character locked. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Raiden's. I feel like it's cool because they take advantage of the fact it's Raiden by having her with her electric sword out. That's cool, and it wouldn't really make sense for Noelle to do that stance. But on the flip side, Noelle is just doing a little curtsy or whatever. It's any character can do that, and it would be funny to make any character do that. To get Zhao out and make him do a little curtsy would be hilarious. But
they could do 4-star and 5-star emotes and make the 5-star ones character specific cool ones, and then make anybody be able to do the 4-star emotes. And then I would be really hyped on the system. But as it stands, I'm not excited.
Yeah. And I say it wouldn't make any sense for Noelle to pull out Raiden's sword, but now I'm thinking of Fortnite and all their really funny emotes, and it's one of the appealing things about Fortnite is you can play the Grim Reaper and make him draw little hearts in the sky and wink at you. It's funny to see stuff like that that's so just in opposition. So I think actually I'd be fine with having anyone pull out the Raiden sword or any other character specific things. Yeah.
We could have anybody wearing Navia's sunglasses. Are you kidding me?
I'd be
so down for that.
Yeah, I the emotes were one of the things I was most excited about for the Imaginarium Theatre, and they're a little disappointing, but it's a step in the right direction, dude. I like cosmetics, so I'm happy with the emotes being added. I'm happy with the character trails coming soon. I'm excited about that. It's just that they notoriously come out with these things so slowly, and with the emotes, it's gonna be 6 a month, and it's that. It's just so little, and it's same thing with the skins. Nilou's getting a skin, and that's really cool. How do you feel about that?
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
I I love it. And I recant my earlier statement. I don't know if it was on the podcast or just yapping with you like we do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I had stated that I don't want Nilu to get a skin because her outfit is already perfect. Mm-hmm. I take that back. This new outfit is gorgeous and perfect and beautiful, and I love it, and I want it really badly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember you telling me that that we don't want a skin for Nilu. That's funny.
I was a fool.
Yeah. It's just a shame that like they come out with, four skins a year if we're lucky, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, why take my money, Hoyoverse? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know. I love the skins, but that's what I'm talking about though. Like the emotes are great, the trails are great, but like, it's going to be 15 years before all the characters have an emote. So I just, which I don't get it.
Could be solved by giving, they could even one every Imaginarium Theater could be a universal emote, and then the rest could be character specific. But I think that would go a long way in making it feel inclusive to people, because like, yes, this is a scattering of characters, but how many people are outside of the Venn diagram for this set of characters? Yeah. I am. I would be in it if the Ayato emote was even at all good a little, but it's not.
Yeah. I guess six characters is probably fine. It really is just kind of, it's a shame that the emotes are kind of lame. I love Chung Yoon. I'm a huge Chung Yoon guy. And his is pretty lame. His is like he can only do these emotes in photo mode anyway. And like Chung Yoon has an idle animation where he's eating a popsicle. So like having an emote where he eats a popsicle is pretty much useless to me, because I'm willing to sit there and wait forever to let him eat his popsicles. So I don't.
Right.
I don't need the emote. I don't know, man.
And they don't even let you do the thing which in Star Rail they let you do, which is ask the characters to emote while you're in photo mode,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that, dude. I love making Argenti bow down before people. It's my favorite thing in the world. And he bows down and like professes his love to people. It's incredible. I love it so much. Anyway, continue.
No, that's all. Just like they don't let you use the emotes or the idols in photo mode. And now they're doing changes to photo mode, and I feel like it'd be a really easy way to slip that in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's basically the exact same thing. The clicks are the same. You just go to the stances, and it just activate the idols. So that you could totally do that.
Yeah, it'd be super easy.
That'd be such a quality of life thing for us screenshot takers.
Yes. Quickly, I'm going to give the little behind the curtain. I live in America. Ooh. And there are people celebrating the fact that they live in America with fireworks right now, even though they're not supposed to. So there might be some of that in my audio.
Oh, geez. Wonderful. We love fireworks.
We
love firework episodes.
I like fireworks during the Lantern Rite. I like fireworks episodes of anime. Fireworks. If people only used fireworks on Fireworks Day, I would be fine with them. But it's that for at least 2 weeks, right around American Fireworks Day, which is the 4th of July, it's just like a constant. I'm getting startled all the time for no reason. We don't need to be doing this, but people like explosions. I don't know what we were talking about before. I'm so sorry.
Emotes, potentially. Yomiya, she does fireworks.
Yeah, it doesn't help her reputation with me.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we're not huge Yomiya
for the reasons
fans.
Earlier stated.
Wow. I'm so sorry, Yomiya. Yomiya just caught astray. Like it was unfair to bring her in here.
Right.
I don't mind Yomiya. I'm growing on her since the film festival. Her and Ayaka being friends. Yeah.
As am I. Honestly, she got the second story quest, which was okay.
I agree. It was okay.
Then in the film festival, she was good. And then she was in the Beetle Battle Rockin' Arataki Rock and Roll. I can't the whole name of it. The Iridescent Tour.
I think so.
And she was fine in that too. So I'm beginning to forgive her. I just cannot. The point in the story in which you follow her around and she doesn't shut up for like an hour of gameplay, it's taken me a long time to recover from.
Until she shuts up to watch the fireworks and like ignores us whenever we're like trying to talk to her. She's just like, she's doing that quirky thing she does where she's mesmerized by fireworks. I don't know. Hey man, I get it. Yomiya's fun. She's just not my type of fun.
She's fine, and I get it when people do like her. I don't know. She's like so classically waifu for laifu that it's just not for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I am a total hypocrite because, you know, I'm a huge Ayaka fan, but that's just how it is. Speaking of characters, let's jump over to another important thing that happened this week, the ZZZ release.
Beautiful segue.
Yeah, that was. Yep. I'm glad you noticed. How do you? One of my main complaints with that. Okay. Hold on. Never mind. What do we like about the game? I don't have a whole lot that I like about the game, but you have been enjoying it. So tell me what you like about it, and then maybe I'll be convinced or something in some of these things.
Yes. Okay. I love Master Tin Man, I think is his name, the coffee shop robot.
Boy. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I love him so much.
And Panda, who sits outside the coffee shop.
Mr. Panda, who sits outside the coffee shop. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, my bad.
I love General Chop or Mr. Chop, who makes the noodles. Mm-hmm. I love running my video store. I wish I got to run my video store more, but I'm on the rails of the story right now. I think I'm going to be released any moment now. I like Belle, the female MC. I do kind of like that both the female and male MC are like present and like, you know, you don't have to choose to be one or the other and the other one disappears forever. It's a little bit, it's interesting. I enjoy it.
It's a lot different than Genshin, you know, where like the main plot is finding the other one. So that's kind of fun.
Right. Yes. No, they're definiting both present.
I've heard some people complain about that, which is funny.
Really?
Yeah. They're just like, why did I pick one even if they're just both going to be here? I don't know. I think that's mostly a meme, but
I think their dynamic is really cute. I enjoy them being together instead of it feeling sort of really lonely. You've got somebody back at the store, back at home. Mm-hmm. They have like little arcs where they care about each other a lot, like siblings should. Mm. Or a little arc so far, but I'm sure there will be more. I don't want to spoil it because like you might go back and play some. I don't know. I
don't know. Maybe a little bit. We'll see.
I enjoy also a lot of I shouldn't say a lot. I really enjoy some of the playable characters. Specifically, I want Arena really badly. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoy Lucy. Billy Kid is fun. Anby is fun. Nicole in the story is fun. I don't like playing as her very much. I think they're doing a good job with their characters interacting with each other. Kind of the thing that Star Rail doesn't do very well is like meaningful and interesting character interactions.
Yeah, I love that you said that because that's so true. Star Rail really has a problem with that. They really do. So that, and you're totally right. Like the hairs interact with each other a lot. Like I feel like we really know the dynamics between Nicole and Andy and Billy and Nekomata now. It's like we really do get a lot for their interactions.
A lot. Yeah, and it feels organic. It's not like sometimes in Genshin when this happens, it feels kind of forced.
Oh yeah.
In Star Rail, it just really doesn't happen. But I guess it like I'm thinking of the Firefly and Blade scene too, where it like theoretically happens, but it's not. There's no texture to it.
Very little, in my opinion. I agree with you.
Yeah,
it's so different compared to ZZZ. Yeah, that I'll totally agree with you that like that's as far as like one of its strong suits. Like one of the things I do like about it is definitely the character interaction. The whole story is about all these characters interacting, and I'd say on top of that, like with the MC, it feels like the MC is like a character that these people are interacting with, not. It's not the travelers
way less
from
of a
Genshin.
Self-insert.
Yeah, they're way less of a self-insert. It's more that there's like a specific character that we happen to be playing, and I like that a lot more.
Yeah, I really think that that's, for me, a lot better. And I don't think that I would have the problem in this game that I have with, like, the Firefly Callus shipping of, like, Belle and Wise feel like whole people. So if they either of them had a romance with somebody, I would be into that because it's still two characters. I don't feel like I'm Belle. I'm just, like, playing that character. Or following that character in the story. It's
like an RPG like The Witcher or something, where it's not, you didn't customize and make a character like in Skyrim. There's a specific character that you're playing as, like whenever you play The Witcher. You're playing Belle now, who is a character. You're not, you're not really customizing anything.
Right. You're not even naming the character. Like you get to name your internet profile, which is the part of the game that you actually play actively. But like your character is just someone that you're following through the story. I like that definitely as like a contrast. Not to say it's like on its face better, but as a contrast to the other Hoyoverse games that we have, I think it's really nice. I also, I feel like when we're talking about texture, and this is maybe where like some criticism for Triple Z comes in, is that the game feels like it's all texture. It's all character interaction. It's all flash. It's all like these little things that don't always necessarily add up to a really cohesive gaming experience, but are all, to me, like other than the TV minigame, are all to me pretty engaging separately.
Yeah, I'd say that's, as far as texture goes, I'm fine. If the whole game were those like the comic cutscenes, like I feel like that wouldn't even really be a problem. It is those TV scenes, dude. Those TV minigames, like ruin the game for me because it interrupts everything. It brings everything to a halt so that you spend minutes and minutes and minutes like doing this frustrating TV thing.
Yeah, and it gets more and more complex.
Yeah, it gets more complex, and it's like they really ask you to engage with it a lot, and it's like I really do not want to, like, period. Like that, I don't want to play. I don't want to play that, dude. Like those minigames they want you to play are just awful. It's weird that some character interaction still happens in it. Like sometimes the characters will be talking to each other while you're doing the TV thing. Like, oh, get to the train, and we're doing that on the TV set. But it's like, it's horrible, dude.
There's, in chapter 2, it's like you move on from the Cunning Hares to the Bellabog Industries people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking of one that I've done just pretty recently where there's like a kind of a decent chunk of characterization of one of the characters that they make you do through the TVs. And I don't love it.
Yeah. There's too much TVs, dude. It really upsets me. And it's one of those things like I feel like that's going to become less of a problem once you get to the end game. Like once you've done all the content in the game and we're working on like maintenance mode, and just waiting for like patches and stuff to do events or whatever is going to be happening for ZZZ. I feel like that's going to be not as bad. Like regular daily life on ZZZ months from now is probably going to be better than this launch. Mm-hmm. Where we just have like tons and tons of TV content to do. But like, I feel like once we're done with that, we're not going to have to deal with it quite as much.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
I'm really sick and tired of it though, dude. Like, it's like having a TV show that a friend is recommending to you that's like, I swear, season 11 and 12 really pick up. I swear, like, it's great. I can't wait. I can't wait to see, how you feel about season 12. It's, I don't want to do it, man. And, maybe it's a little unfair to ZZZ because I'm hot off the heels of, like, WuWa and its launch and its horrible campaign that I had to suffer through. And now I'm on the other side of WuWa's campaign, and I'm loving WuWa. I'm loving life over there because I don't have to deal with the campaign anymore, and I can just do the daily life stuff. And it just makes me feel I'm so much more positive about WuWa now that it's like eclipsing ZZZ, and it's a little unfair, but it's also not that unfair to really poo-poo on a game's launch, because there are other games where they're fun from the get-go. I feel like it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be not fun forever until you beat the game, and then it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm kind of sad about it. And I know it's really harsh to call it not fun. There are fun things about it, and you're having a blast.
I'm having fun, but I do agree that there's too much of the TV element. I guess I'm just maybe naively hopeful that all of the negative attention the TV part of the game is getting, which to my understanding is massive, will make them start to dial it back or to retool it in a way that makes it less horrible. In the same way, like Mondstadt I know we're past bounties and requests largely because all the regions have been out for a while in Genshin, but like the bounties in Mondstadt suck.
They were
because
horrible.
You have to find the clues or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then go find the thing. And then they started to do away with that as as the story continued and as patches came out. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I have maybe too much faith that they're going to notice that everyone finds this part of the game unbearable and fix it somehow.
Yeah.
Or at least make it more bearable.
Hopefully. I know I never played any of the betas, but I watched videos on it, and I know that the TVs were a huge complaint in both of the betas, and I think in both of the betas, or all three of the betas, whatever, I think every time a beta came out, everyone said, wow, they did a lot to help the TVs. So, they used to be worse, and now, it's like, they've been getting better and better, but it's just
hard to believe.
It is kind of hard to believe that, this is the best version of the TVs we've had. I think the game, I don't want to exaggerate. I think the game might just be twice as good if they just literally removed the TVs and it's just only the cutscenes and the combat. Just literally get rid of the TVs. We don't need them. I don't think it's an important get piece of the game at all. And it's good job trying. Maybe get a new ideas guy. I don't know. That's respectfully.
Right. I understand they want a hacking mini game, so you feel like you're in tune with that part of the story. But I think there are a lot of different, like, we could have scrapped the TVs and gone with some other stuff that would have been fine. I just hope that they do that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how attached they're going to be to it. And,
they seem pretty attached to the TVs, given that every beta says get rid of the TVs, and they say, but what if we just change the TVs?
Yeah, let's just try something else. Like, yeah, that's great, Hoya. Thanks for trying something else. That's just great. I feel bad poo-pooing on it so bad, or like so hard, but how do you I like that we've been talking about this for a while now. How do you like the combat in the game? Because that's that's kind of a big thing.
Right? I have the praise for the combat that I know is going to be a lot of people's criticism of the combat. And it's that if I don't want to care about combos, I don't have to. And if I don't want to care that much about like executing things well, I don't have to. If I don't want to care that much about perfectly dodging, I don't have to. Mm-hmm. Now, there is some of the harder content that I'm going to have to get better at those things to execute that I've started to get to here in chapter 2 somewhere. But, I like that I can just kind of spam click and press whatever button kind of lights up and tells me to press it. Mm-hmm. But I also like that there's an easy mode to the story so that when the combat would probably be too hard for me to progress, it's not in my case because I picked easy mode.
Right. Yeah. I'll be interested to see how you feel about things, 2 months from now, whenever you're in the end game and like, everything's like as hard as it's going to get. Because, mm-hmm. We're still kind of early on, I guess. And I don't know, like what the challenge level is going to be later on to do, domains and mm-hmm. like the weekly stuff. I bet the domains and stuff will never be that hard. I'm sure everything is going to be kind of similar to Genshin and that, domains aren't that bad. Weeklies are, a little bit of a challenge. And that's just, and there's going to be like a tower mode probably like Spiral Abyss or whatever.
Yeah.
That's going to be the most challenging. And we'll see how you feel about that.
That's where my combat skills have started breaking down. There's what seems to be like the Spiral Abyss maybe that I have found is hard. I finally had a character die for the first time.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully... Mm-hmm. You like it, the combat is pretty fun looking, like I feel like one of the saving graces is that it looks so cool. We're just doing flips and shit and that's fun, so it's cool.
Yeah. And the flip side of the coin is if you choose to care about combos and like after what attack number a character gets a boost on something or a likelihood of an effect happening or whatever, you can choose to care about that and have tighter, cleaner combat experiences. Lawson, my husband, I feel like he gets a name drop every episode. We're going to have to get him on the pod one of these days.
Yeah.
But he was just talking my ear off earlier about how I'm not playing my Anby correctly because there's like a certain number of attacks you should do and then use her skill to get the most out of her skill or whatever. And I'm never going to do that, but I'm happy that he can if he wants to. Heck
yeah. No, Anby is here for the voice lines, dude. we love Anby.
I like Anby a lot.
And
I didn't think so upon first meeting her, but she grew on me.
Yeah, she definitely grows on you as the campaign goes on. I think all the hares do. I love them all, mm-hmm. except Nekomata, respectfully. But on that note, how do you feel about the characters? Are you liking them in general?
I think there's definitely a Venn diagram to ZZZ characters. Mm. And in my portion of the diagram, I'm pretty happy. But it feels like there's the furry bubble, the lolly bubble, and then like sort of tough, seemingly adult people bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the seemingly adult people bubble. I don't really care for any of the furry characters or the lolly characters. Lucy might sort of count as a lolly character. I'm not certain, but
That's
I like
fine.
her little pig demons that she has.
We can pretend it's fine.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm in playing ZZZ. I'm going to be uncomfortably pulled into where the parts of the diagrams overlap, like with Lucy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I really enjoy that they are coming out with such a variety of playable characters. I enjoy that they're playing around with the ways that your characters, like, they have different speeds, or they have different ways of moving. Rena flies and floats around and flips in a really interesting and engaging way.
Yeah, dude. We love that.
Yeah, it feels like they're experimenting with the characters a lot. And I don't think I'm ever going to say I don't like that at all, because just because something isn't for me doesn't mean it's not for someone else. And I want them to have stuff for them too.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of agree with that. I like that they really are presenting a variety of characters, you know, and I'm here for it. I'm a little negative on it, but I'm also pretty positive on it. You know, I like you're saying that the variety is gonna be good, and I think, you know, we'll be in our Venn diagram camp together, just waiting for you know, every character it's just gonna be kind of hit and miss. You know, like a character's gonna come out and it's either gonna be for us or not, and that's just kind of it. You know, and it's gonna make it a little bit easier probably to save primos to get the characters you want, and that's
I think it will. Yeah, like for Star Rail, for instance, it feels like the Venn diagram of for me and not intended for me is very small. I'm in what is obviously the target audience for that game. They're they're trying, you know, most of the characters either I would really like, or I don't pull for them because I like other characters more, but in a different game, I probably would want them. Like Boot Hill is a good example of that. Mm-hmm. But in ZZZ, there are definitely target audiences here that I'm not a part of. And I find that really interesting. And I think that's really cool, because there are not, you know, mainstream or as big games catering to that in the same ways. As far as the furry characters go, I don't think we should have characters that are, you know, sexualized and then they're like, but she's definitely only 16.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
We don't love it, but that's where we're at.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is I am happy that that people who enjoy furry characters can have them in this big release game from a company that I like. I would like them to release a couple more characters that are a little bit more my flavor, just selfishly because I would like some more characters.
Yep, I agree. I want more characters that I would like. I'd probably be... Oh man, yeah, I'm just gonna complain about my Nekobata that I got as my like first 5-star, and it's like, dude, if it was just you know, Grace instead, I'd probably be, you know, singing a little bit of a different tune, a little bit, you know, but I don't know.
Which goes back to my thing, Ahoyverse. I know you're not listening, but I'm gonna put it out there anyways. Launch a game with a standard banner 5-star selector. Mm-hmm. Let us, if we finish the first chapter of the story, right, that'll keep us in. That'll give you long enough to hook us. But if we finish the first chapter of the story, you should let us select the 5-star of our choosing. You don't have to give us all of the free pulls, which were a lie to begin with.
Yeah. The 100 free pulls, by the way, thanks Norway.
Right. Instead of saying 180 free polls, which was not totally accurate, if I have to work for them, they're not free. You could say a 5-star selector at the end of chapter 1. And so many people would be happy. And then we could all have the 5-star that we want off the standard banner. We're still going to wish people who spend money are still going to spend money. But you're going to have a lot more people engaged in the game playing a character that they want to play instead of quitting because they got the cat girl and they didn't want her, you know?
Yep. I mean, I completely agree. And it's another thing that makes me just appreciate Woo-Wah more. I can't believe that, like, I was so, like, cool on Woo-Wah's release. Like, I wasn't hot on Woo-Wah. And it's funny that, like, ZZZ approaching and then coming here, and then like now that the comparison I thought was going to be bad for Woo-Wah, but it has actually been fantastic for Woo-Wah. The comparing it to ZZZ makes me appreciate it so much more. And one of the things they did was they gave a 5-star selector, and they gave 2 of them. They gave us a 5-star selector, and then they also gave us a you got to pick your first 5-star standard banner like pull. So it's like by the end of the first couple of days you play, you're gonna have like 2 characters that are 5 stars off the standard banner that you wanted specifically. And I can't believe it. Like, I loved it so much. And Woo-Wah is very successful. It's making lots of money. So I really wish Genshin would learn from that, and Genshin Hoyoverse would learn from that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It a little bit feels like they have this mentality of like the wrong kind of foot in the door, where they're like, oh, we'll give you, polls, we'll give you pity, we'll kind of lie to you and say you're going to get stuff that you're not really going to get. But you'll be in the game anyways. So then, you might as well play it. Or you'll at least download it, and a download stat is something that we want. Whereas Woo-Wah does an actual foot in the door where they're like, here, we will give you this and it will make your experience better. And then if you want to stay, there will be places where you can spend money to also continue to like improve your experience. Yeah. It's totally that, dude. Because it's a good free sample. Like here are some of our standard banner 5 stars. If you like those, you just stick around. Some of the next characters we release, you might like, and that's totally working on me. And then like with ZZZ, it's like here, oh, you got Nekomata? Well, doesn't that just make you want to spend money and get the one you want? No, it does not. That's not what's happening here. So I don't know. I really think that those are 2 just very different approaches, and one of them is like pro player, and the other one is not. And that's just that's how I feel about it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad you're liking ZZZ so much. It's funny. I totally thought that like it'd be me and Lawson that we're trying to drag you along, but you're kind of leading the way. Lawson's complaining a lot too, and you're the one that's. I like, thought I would be the hater, but I'm having a great time actually. It's funny. I don't know. I'm willing to I'm not throwing it away just yet. I'm just a little disappointed, And maybe in the future they'll drop some characters like that I'll be super excited about, and that might help a little bit. I'm not super excited about Ellen Jo or the cop lady coming out, but I am excited about Miyabi coming. So, but I don't I don't know how excited I am. I don't know if I'm excited enough to go through all those TVs, but. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be shocked if she's who drops after the cop. And unfortunately, like, I'm aware you were interested in Ellen Jo as a character before they pulled the whole, this obviously like 28-year-old person is actually 16. And it's an intricate part of her character that she is 16 and you know it and remember it.
Yep. Yeah, they made it a little too big. A little too much of her personality is going to be tied to that. And yeah, I'm not super excited about it. Yeah, I'm not super attached. I wasn't attached to it. It's fine. You know, I don't need Ellen in my life. It's fine. It's just another thing to add to the pile. You know, that I'm just not super. You know, kind of a straw that broke the camel's back kind of situation. Mm-hmm. It's not that big of a deal. It's just on top of everything else.
Right. It's a minor issue, but it's like minor issue number 900 that you have with the game. Yeah.
That's just how it is, man. Yeah, anything that hinders my ability to be a cryo simp is really not good. It's really upsetting.
Oh boy.
Wonderful. Let's move on to a topic near and dear to our hearts. The NPCs of Genshin. I want to talk about them. It's an interesting topic. I feel like the internet complains sometimes, you know, off and on about the NPC problem, where we've got NPCs that come along in like character quests or something, and they like, you know, people complain that they take the spotlight off of the playable characters. But, you know I'll actually quite enjoy a lot of the NPCs in the game. I think you do too.
I do.
And I want to talk about a couple of them. Mm-hmm. And that's, you know, just some of our favorites, I guess. And that's that's my thought here. I want to open up with idea from the last summer event, because there's a new summer event coming up that we didn't really talk about earlier, but you know, we you know, the special program happened this week, and they showed off the origami world, and it's going to be something like Bottle Land, and I'm sure there's going to be some fun NPCs in there, and it just reminds me of Idea, and I absolutely love Idea from Bottle Land.
I really like Idea. I think she is one of the memorable NPCs that people do kind of probably return to when we talk about Genshin NPCs. I see memes about Idea sometimes.
She's great, dude. She was so wonderful. And she's not like, I don't think anyone complains about her the same. Like whenever people say NPC problem, they're not talking about Idea, but you know, they're talking about like story quest NPCs, not like a main character of an event like Idea. But
right, they're talking about what's his face who just got out of jail in Navia's story quest.
Yeah, that's exactly who they're talking about. Yeah, Idea was wonderful. I absolutely adored. She pulled off the quirky and random nonsense that every waifu wished they could. I think that it worked really well for her. It's funny. Did you know that Idea's voice actor is Arlecchino?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it totally is, and I can't believe it, dude. I you know, I'm starting a new VA crush, I think, because that's, oh geez. I love Arlecchino, and I love that like Idea is so different from Arlecchino. It's funny. It's good. Kind of like Farina. Farina is the white-haired Dami Mommy from Kakayuri Twin, which is really interesting. But anyway,
this is off topic, but I am going to start this project for you, because I know you don't like to see what voice actors look like.
True.
I'm going to start like a virtual scrapbook for you of like the voice actor's name, and then a picture of like all of their characters whenever we find them while we're watching something.
I would appreciate that so much, dude. That would make me so happy to have like a board of that. That would make me so happy. I'd love that so much.
I have been thinking about it for a while, but I haven't been able to nail down like the execution on where to put that. But we're going to do it. I think that this is important work.
Okay. Dang, dude, that's a really good idea. I love it. I love that idea. I love VAs so much, dude. I get so much enjoyment out of like what you're talking about. Like going to a new anime or a new video game or something and being like, oh, I've heard that voice before. Camry, could you look it up for me? Because like I hate seeing VAs like the way they look or whatever. But I don't know. It's just I love it though. I get so much enjoyment out of it. Of like following VAs or like being able to like recognize VAs and like different projects. It's very fun to me and to you as well. I know you're really you're gonna be fighting a battle whenever Yunlin comes out in Star Rail because Navia's VA is one of the new characters coming out, and that's gonna be tough for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a decision, but I'm so mad that character uses fire, has fire in her art, has fire in her attack. She's a physical character. I'm pissed.
Yeah, that's a big pet peeve of yours.
Huge pet peeve of mine.
Is the biggest offender right now, but
Argenti,
you can't blame him though. He's
this
too beautiful.
New character eclipses him by far in this crime. But yes, Argenti looks like a fire character. He should be a fire character. But Argenti doesn't wield fire. So he now gets a pass because what is her name? Yunlin?
I think it's Yunlin.
She wields fire. And
it's like
she's
a big fire
physical
sword.
Character. I'm pissed. I'm pissed about it.
We're guessing here actually because who knows what her animations look like? I sure don't. But
I mean, yeah, we don't engage with leaked information at all.
I'm trying to become a Hoyo creator here. We've only dreamt of this.
We've heard through the grapevine that these things are true, but we haven't engaged with them personally.
I love the Soup Boy. Just as a quick aside, I'm kind of looking forward to the new Nihility Fox Boy. I think he's going to be great for Kafka. Anyway, Dooney is another one of my favorite NPCs. I'm gonna take another one and then
that's fine. Dooney, you can have Dooney.
I heckin' love Dooney. Dia is my favorite character, and Dooney is her soulmate. So Dina, Dia and Dooney come together. So do I, and it's like I heckin' love them, and she gets so much screen time in the Archon quests. I kind of get people like the people who are upset about the NPC problem. Dooney is definitely on their hit list, dude, because she takes so much screen time, and I'm loving every second of it. Well, everyone else, not everyone else, but a lot of people are complaining that she steals the spotlight. I'd argue she enhances like Dia's story quite a bit. But
I agree. I think DUNY'S is an NPC that often gets an NPC problem pass because of
good.
how many playable characters are involved in her story, and because she's so lovable and so good. We love Dooney. I don't know anybody who doesn't love DUNY'S. All my homies love DUNY'S.
Yeah, that's so true, dude. All my homies love Dooney. Yeah, I haven't seen her name dropped in all of the all of the NPC problem Reddit threads I've seen. She's not one of them that gets name dropped very often. But it's just I think that to their point, I'm a big believer in it's not like, since she was well written, it's not bad. And that's kind of the problem, like if you've got an NPC problem and there's an NPC that's written poorly, then you're going to complain about it, but if there's an NPC problem in your mind, but then there's one that's written really well, you're just not going to complain about it, because like if it's good, it's good. And if it's bad, it's bad. It's kind of obvious, but it's also kind of not obvious. I don't know. Anyway, yes. I heckin' love Dooney. I love Dooney so much.
DUNY'S is incredible. We love Dooney so much.
Yeah, you go. What's your
Okay.
what's an NPC that you want to call out?
I'm going to take the other obvious one off the table, and that is Jet. Jet is
Oh,
incredible.
okay. Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
Jet were voice acted. All of her stuff is world quests and side quests. I think, is she in the main quest, the main Archon quest at all?
I don't think so. I think it is. I'm trying to remember how you like start that quest off, but I think it's just some random, like you start off by like escorting some dude from Aru Village, I think. So
right. I think it's one of those world quests that you just pick up by completing the Archon quests.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm not certain.
I'm trying to remember. We totally. Yeah, sorry. Continue. Yeah, I don't remember where she starts.
Right. The main point is she's incredible. She's well written. Her character design is beautiful. I wish she were a playable character. Badly. I am not alone in that. They win 3/4 of the way to playable character, and then they just were like, that's good enough.
Yeah, man. And, they really got you whenever that Valentine's Day like art came out of her.
They tricked me so bad. It was the first ever non-character portrait that Genshin had ever posted of like a person, a character. I said non-character, non-playable character. On Valentine's Day, just Jet. Oh, I was so tricked. And they showed us her eyes, meaning that they decided on an eye color for her, and they were beautiful. And I lost my mind, and I was theory crafting. Maybe we're getting playable Jet. Maybe they're finally giving it to us. No, because the next day it was the Flame Bishop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of those people. Yeah. One of the mage. Fatui people, not Fatui.
My whole heart. It hurt.
That was disgusting. That you were devastated.
I was devastated.
That was a tough time.
The Jet art got more engagement, more likes, more comments, more shares than like any of the previous art for over a month by a lot.
It did get a lot of engagement. And
we all want Jet. We all want Jet. Every one of us. All my homies want Jet.
They do, dude. Everyone wants Jet. And there's kind of precedent for it now. I can't remember if that was before or after Cloud Retainer came out. I think it was
before
after
the release. It was before the release, I think, but it was when we already knew she was going to come out.
I see. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that like Cloud Retainer was never meant to be a playable character, but Hoyoverse just, kind of decided that like, everyone loves Cloud Retainer. Let's, we could do this, So it's like, I feel like they could do it, like, and Cloud Retainer was a huge success. She's a moneymaker. So they could totally do that with Jet. And I'd love it so much.
So in my opinion, all they would have to do, and this Hoyoverse, I know you're not listening still, take notes. What they need to do is they could release a world quest or like in the way that they released Chenyu Vale as like a world quest and a new region. They could release an expansion on Sumeru, because I know there's expansion for Sumeru. Don't pretend. I know there's something somewhere that you can add. And have Jet be the main character there. Give her a new outfit. Give her a new lease on life, because not everyone has finished all of Jet's stuff. But she goes through a lot of tragedy that we just have to witness. And I feel like a new... being ready for something new would be fine for Jet as a character. Give her a character redesign. Give her a revamp. Let us play her, and it can be her and Bin Bin. We can have him go out on the map and do stuff for us. And then you can also sell the skin of original Jet for money. And people will get the character, and people will probably also get the skin. And we will all be so happy. And I will give you my real money. Like, I'll pull out the wallet for it. Easy. And I don't do that. I did that for Navia. That's it.
Pull out the wallet. the wallet.
Yeah.
Yep. We. Yep. You've got a weakness.
I have a weakness. Exploit it. Hoyverse, please exploit my weakness for Jet. I'm begging.
That really is it. It's just like you're begging for them to let you spend your money on something, dude.
I don't understand why they won't take it. I want Jet so badly.
Yeah. We love Jet. We love Ben. They're great, dude.
I love them. Okay. My other NPC, nobody else occupies as much NPC space in my heart as Jet. But the other NPCs on my list are Madam Ping, who we love. We've discussed loving Madam Ping many times.
Yeah,
she's great. Timmy.
She's totally going to be a playable character after
really
Cloud
hope that she will
Retainer.
be.
She's totally coming.
I hope so. I think she's great. Timmy. Gotta honorable mention Timmy.
Okay. Yeah.
Listen, he's
That's
got
a
the
good honorable
pigeons.
mention. Yeah, dude.
He won that tournament.
Oh yeah, dude. He put Kaya in his place. Yeah. Hey.
He fucking stunted on Kaya.
Oh.
Now we know that Kaya hangs out with 5-year-olds because he can't beat the 10-year-olds at stuff. You know?
All right. Yeah.
Oh man.
Kaya catches a stray.
My other NPC mention is Tepe from the Inazuma story.
Tepe. Gonna have to refresh my memory.
I believe I've got the right name for the right guy. He is a soldier and he's in like Kokomi's area.
Watatsumi Island.
Watatsumi Island. We become like a commander of the Watatsumi Island force.
Swordfish 2. Yeah.
Swordfish 2. Yes, he does remember the details. Okay, so as we are getting promoted through the ranks, Tepe is also like along for the ride with us. We meet him when we're at the bottom. And then he's like, wow, you're rising through the ranks so fast. I'm so proud of you. You guys are great. But then he also starts to rise through the ranks quickly. And we find out it's because he's been given a Fatui delusion.
Ah, okay.
And he dies.
This is ringing a bell.
Yes, he dies on us.
Okay,
because the delusion kills him. It like ages him rapidly, and he's like, at a certain point, he starts coughing, and you go, "Oh no, he's gonna die!" And then it's like not long after that.
This is ringing a bell. Yeah, I remember.
You find him, and he's like old now, and he dies. And we're upset about it.
Dang, yeah. He's one of the few Genshin characters that just flat out dies, dude.
He flat out dies. Yes. It doesn't happen very often in Genshin. It had a lot of impact when it did happen. He, unlike Daenerys, does not come back because there's a point where we think Duny is dead. He just, he dies on us and we're sad about it. And those of us who were paying attention to the story, it hurt. We knew it was coming. Still hurt. Dang.
Yeah. That reminds me, like,
I ended on a downer. I should have done Timmy last.
Yeah, you can bring out a good Timmy. He's funny, dude, and he gets so many memes, dude. I love the Timmy memes. I'm not saying Timmy's overrated, but like, I mean, he's a classic. I feel like he benefits a lot from nostalgia, but yeah, he might just be fairly rated. Yeah. I'm just thinking about it. He just gets so many memes, dude. I remember I saw recently a meme, like it was like an animation of it was like when Timmy turns into an Elden Ring boss, and it's like just someone ran up and killed his pigeons, and boss music starts playing. And again, yeah, and he just has this like boss transformation into Super Timmy. And there's like a tornado of pigeons around him, and he's coming for you. He's gonna come one shot the whoever just killed his pigeons. I love it. You know, he gets a lot of memes, and I like it. It's funny.
I think he deserves the memes. Does he get attention because he's been in the game since launch? Probably. But his gimmick with the pigeons is good. I like that he won. I really like that he beat Kaya in the tournament. I remember I remember us playing it and being like, oh man, Kaya's going to be the stupid champion from here because it's Kaya versus Timmy. And then Timmy wins. And just honestly, best twist Genshin's ever done, in my opinion.
Heck yeah. I'm thinking...
Dude.
Oh, yeah, I've got some more I want to talk about. That's, I don't know. I think it's kind of cheating, I guess, to... I don't know. Is it cheating to talk about the... event NPCs or not, like
I don't think so, because idea counts. I got no problem with it.
Idea counts, yeah. If it's cheating or not, I'm still gonna do it. I'm just thinking. Yeah.
This is your podcast where you make the rules, so
that's right, dude. Yep, I'm in charge. And we're gonna talk. I love the you remember Fremene's story quest and that the mom, yeah, dude, I really like her. I'm not gonna say I rarely cry because I'm pretty easy to make cry, but like it was so easy to cry along with her missing her child, dude. I cannot believe like how emotional that was, because I totally like I wasn't that into it, and then I was really into it. I really liked Fremene's event. I think it was great, and I sobbed just most of the time.
Yeah, it got me. I'll admit, it got me.
Dude,
I don't even usually go for mom stuff, but it got me.
It's just, I mean, you gotta be heartless to not cry along with a grieving mother. It's a little too easy to get there emotionally. That was great. There's some happier ones too. I really like there's like these two women that live on Watatsumi Island. You kind of reminded me of there's like a scientist
with the whale.
And, yeah, the ones with the whale. Yep, the one who wants to be there to study whales, and the other one that's just like helping her out. And they're great. It's Kumi and like it's like a niece or something.
Probably.
But I love those guys. I like I don't know. I visited them a lot. Whatever the you have to farm for those floating sprites or whatever a lot, and they're kind of on that the specter path. So I ended up talking to them, and they have like a gift to give you after you do their quest. Like if because they've got a quest to do. And if you go back there after you're done with the quest, they'll say like, "Oh, it's great to see you. We've been living a happy life together, and here's this cake. They give you something, a cake or something."
Yeah, they give you something. It's very sweet.
Yeah, those guys are great. Shout out to Yinger and Leowa, the perfumer, the super sus perfumer. Love her.
Right, she is well loved. I gotta throw in a shout out to the Melazines, Avel and the tour bus Melazines.
Avel. Oh man, I can't remember the other one's name. Oh no, the red one, the one Avel's in love with.
The one that Avel is in love with. Yeah. Shoot.
Dang. Yeah. Whatever. The one Avel's in love with. But you're right. You're so right in that like those tour guides are great.
I have spent so much time on the aqua buses, just hanging out with Avel, mostly Avel. Elfane is the other one. Just hanging out with Avel and sometimes Elfane, and just listening to the things that they have to say about the surroundings, because I'm pretty sure that Elfane is on the Navia line, which is the shorter line, but it's named after Navia, so I'm there sometimes with Navia. But Avel is on the longer line that goes between the main city and the Opera House. I think, or the station in the main city.
Yeah. It's totally
Elfane is the one between the opera house and the city, and then Avel is on the longer one to the city from the port.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just, I just love them.
You're right. I also love those two. They're my favorite Melazines for sure. I heckin' love those guys.
They're so sweet. All right, I had to toss that in there in case you were going to steal it. Go on.
No, I was not. I wasn't thinking of those guys. I'm glad you reminded me. That's great. I think I'm reaching the end of the line. Other memorable ones would be like you mentioned Yoimiya's second story quest a while ago, and I think that the girl in the wheelchair was like she was great. She's the reason Yoimiya's second story quest was like good. I think like that girl was pretty cool.
Yeah, she was pretty all right.
Man, I can't. What's the name of the author in Fruits Basket? The dog. What's his name? Oh, jeez.
Damn it! I don't know.
I can't believe it. You're supposed to remember these things.
I know, but you put me on the spot.
I just put you right on the spot. Completely.
Oh, man. I could have told you. I can tell you this. Hold on.
I've scared you.
It's filed in my brain wherever Elfane was,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Over there. It's like whatever his name is, I remember it because he's like he's an author in Fruits Basket, and he is the name of either the author or the editor of these two this combo in Inazuma, who's part of the daily quests, and we always have to help this author go out and like interview people to talk about his works because he's a super popular author and he gets all these crazy ideas, but his editor wants us to go talk to people. And I really like that guy just because he's got all these crazy ideas and he's got to get kept in line by his editor. And I love the like Easter egg that all the light novels that he writes. Oh, do you have it?
It's Shigure.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the editor. I don't think it's the name of the author that we actually help. But I really like that guy because of the I know Kale reads his light novels because to help
yes.
her read or whatever, and I really enjoy that she reads his light novels, and it's just it's a cool Easter egg.
I enjoy that. I would say that he's a memorable NPC. I do think the author's kind of insufferable.
Yeah, he's obnoxious, but he's at least he's not mean or anything. He's just kind of
that's true. That's true. We also ought to mention, though we probably will not have much to say, Catherine.
Yeah, I do love Catherine.
Just Catherine. We like her. She's great.
She's got a Yaku's voice actor. I know that. And we love that.
We do love that. I mean,
is it Columbina that makes the robots, or is that a different character? The girl with the robots.
I have to assume it's a different character because I'm pretty sure she's Fatui.
Well, yeah, she is Fatui. The Columbina.
You're not asking if she made Catherine?
No. Well, I think it's a fact that a Fatui person makes the puppets that are Catherine.
Oh. It must be her then. I think that is the name of the one that is robot related.
Robot related, is it? Okay, yeah, I'm trying to remember, dude. I can't. The only thing I could go off of is my memory of that one Fatui commercial from forever ago.
That's all we're all going off of on her.
I guess so.
There's not really any. I'm sure there's lore information in the game that lore heads know, but for me, that's all I'm going off of is the one trailer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Which honestly, actually, thinking of that trailer and how few of those characters we currently have makes me really nervous that I'll actually not ever get my Constance for Star Rail, but that's also a tangent.
No. I've unlocked a fear.
Oh no.
I mean, we're getting a fair amount of them though. I mean, we've got Skara Skara child Arlecchino.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's 3 out of 11, but hey, you know.
Yeah, and several of them though died and won't be playable. So
Yeah. That's rip Senora mains.
Rip Senora, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess not necessarily Rip Dottore, but like probably.
Hopefully. I cannot imagine we actually get him as a playable character. People would be so mad. Oh man. People hate that guy. I hate that guy.
I hate that guy.
I don't see him having
That guy
as successful
big villain. Like maybe worst villain that Genshin has had so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, worst and best, I guess.
I mean, least redeemable, I guess.
Yeah, definitely not redeemable. I don't see him having a redemption arc like Skara does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, he's one of the ones that made the redemption arc so hard for Skara. That guy's nuts. Man, I'm trying to think of any other NPCs. Oh, shout out to Ask for Directions Arnold. I know you don't know this guy. He's from the summer event, the officials summer event. There's so you go into officials castle, and the NPCs in there are little bird statues.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one that's interested in Mona, or? Yes,
it is the one that's interested in Mona. He's lovingly referred to as ask for directions Arnold or whatever. And the idea is they ask him for directions, and he's just like, yeah, anything for you, Mona, and because you're so beautiful, specifically. Like, and I love that. I think it's really funny that some subconscious level of officials nonsense is simping for Mona, and I'm here for it.
I mean, aren't we all somewhere in our brain just thinking about how pretty Mona is?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that is on all. Everyone's got an Arnold in their brain simping for Mona.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if Mona asked the Arnold in my brain for directions, the dialogue would be exactly the same.
That's heckin' right, dude. Yeah, any other like story NPC people that actually like make it? I'm trying to think of other like counter examples to the NPC problem other than Duny from like story quests.
I can't think of anything from story quests really, because Duny is Archon quest,
Yeah, she's also in Dia's story quest though.
She is in Dia's story quest, but only as her girlfriend.
Well, yeah, of course, but
of course.
She's there. She's there.
She's there. I'm down.
They gotta go talk to her dad. They gotta go confront her dad about the trading nonsense. Anyway, trying to think of all the story quests, dude. I think does the God of Salt count? I'm thinking for Zhang Li. People kind of love the like his lost love or whatever.
Well, we only hear about her from other people. There is an NPC in that Rex story quest, but
he like tries to double cross us.
Yeah, there's a pair of them. So there's a woman, and then there's the man that tries to double cross us. Does the woman also try to double cross us?
Oh geez, man, this is some ancient text. I don't remember.
I don't recall. I remember she's fine, but like
whatever it is, she's fine.
Yeah, whatever it is, she's fine. But people love the God of Salts and Rex because of the way that he sort of remembers and kind of recounts the Goddess of Salts to us.
It's like the one time where he's like a boomer and it's not cringe. Everyone's kind of here for it. It's like, oh, this is like that time where an old person actually has a pretty interesting story to tell.
Broken clock and all that.
That's heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I like that story quest. Yeah, man. I'm trying to think, but I'm not really. Zhao's got that like Adeptus Pretender guy who's like trying to lead a fake cult and then just like then becomes a believer and starts to lead a real cult. But
yeah, you can go back and visit him at that temple and like he'll give you incense to leave on the altar.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty dope.
I go back
and
there
I think that he's
occasionally.
definitely one of the ones that people complain about. And he's not the most interesting NPC ever, but I like it. I think that was a fine NPC to have in Zhao's story quest. He's cool. He's fine.
I think sometimes NPCs are useful and necessary because they're like giving characterization to the character whose story we're in. I understand, yes, you could probably have other characters that we like filling some of these roles, or you could be giving our characters things to do without the NPCs. Like in Navia's, I would have preferred that other NPC not take center stage.
Yeah.
But there are occasions where having an NPC to play off of is the best way to give story in a story quest and characterize whoever it is we're following.
Mm-hmm, yeah. That brings up something I cannot believe it took us this long to talk about. Silver and Malus, dude. Are you kidding
God.
Me? Yeah. Oh.
I feel so bad.
Oh, jeez. We gotta cut this and put it at the start. I can't believe it.
Malus and Silver.
We love Malus and Silver. And it's interesting because, like, to that point we were just on, it's like, I feel like it would have been kind of beneficial to have a playable character be kind of a mentor, like be that role to Navia, like their mentor, right-hand man type of character could be a very interesting playable character to have like a really strong relationship to Navia. But I'm pretty fine with the way things turned out for an NPC, for them being NPCs, because, spoiler alert, I mean, they end up dying, and that couldn't happen to an NPC or to a playable character. So that's kind of cool. We
even talked about devastating NPC deaths, and we didn't remember them. I'm so upset with myself.
Yeah. Oh, geez. It's okay. I forgive you. You're just gonna have to pull more Navia constellations to get her to forgive you.
I've been really thinking about it, actually. Honestly.
I'm sorry. You're what?
I don't know. I'm just upset that we forgot them is all.
Oh, gee, yeah. I'm so sorry to have done that to you.
No, you didn't. You remembered them. I'm glad that we remembered them. They are really important to me. No. I think that Malus and Silver were a perfect example of NPCs that needed to be NPCs.
Yeah, they're great. They're fantastic characters. They kind of, they were seriously like part of the good parts of the story. Were kind of, they were part of it. They definitely added to the story.
Definitely added to the story.
And like adding context to Navia, a playable character. So like, that should shut up the people that complain about the NPC problem or whatever. Like, they're a perfect example of NPCs that totally add to one of our playable characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think they're perfect. I love them. I love that they don't really function in the story until they really function in the story very hard. I like everything that they do in the story. Yeah,
man. I'd argue that they function in the story right off the bat. Like whenever we introduce ourselves to Navia, they're there, right there.
They are there. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, they don't interfere. They're in the background, and the playable characters are in the foreground, in the spotlight, until their death and until they save Navia. And it is really emotional and really impactful because we spent a lot of time with them clapping and nodding encouragingly at us.
Yeah, dude, we love them clapping and nodding encouragingly. Incredible. I guess Fontaine NPCs, the most recent NPCs are definitely some of the best. You have not played Arlecchino's story quest yet, have you?
I have not. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I get it. I get it. She's definitely, if anyone, I'd say there is an NPC in her quest that people are pretty in love with. I mean, you've seen the short animation or whatever that the redhead that she's best friends
assumed.
with. Yeah, she's an NPC in there, and I'm kind of I mean she's kind of a narrative device, but she's around and she's in a way, and she's probably she's a pretty good NPC, I'd say, for Arlecchino's sake. Along with we meet some other House of the Hearth kids that are pretty cool.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I just haven't done it. Square that circle for me. I don't.
I get it. I love and also don't care that much about Arlecchino's story quest. The best part of Arlecchino's story quest are the siblings, Lenny, Lynette, and Freminet, which is that's harsh, but that's just how it is. Dude, they have some amazing interactions in that story quest, and that's my hook to you. You've got to play it for the interactions of the siblings. They're fantastic.
Which is why I do want to play it. I am excited for it. I love Lenny, Lynette, and Freminet. I just All
right, let's move on to the ship of the week, and in the spirit of the NPC stuff. The special edition of Ship of the Week, we'll talk about some NPC ships that we enjoy. And I think we could start off with Dia and Duny, which is a very special situation, but definitely one of the best ships. And geez, dude, do we love Dia and Duny? It's a shame Candace is out there. Dia's got a lot of shipping options. Dia, the Harem Archon.
They're a Marcon, indeed.
Because Dia's got, she's got whole groups of mercenary women that she talks about. But Duny is the one. Duny's the one for her. They're soulmates. Candace could be there too, and that'd be fine for everybody. But it's definitely. I'm a big Dia Duny supporter. I'm a Dia Duny Candace supporter. We can have thruples out here, but definitely Duny for the purposes of this ship of the
monogamy.
We could just stick with Duny and their amazing love for each other, dude. They care about each other so much, and I love it. I love it very much. But we can move on to some more. Or do you want to add anything to Dia Duny?
Just Dia Duny is great. I love Dia Duny. It's, I think, maybe my favorite ship in the whole game.
That's the perks of being the best written character in the game, everybody. Dia is, she is the best written character. Everything about her is great. And that's it. That's it. Well, we've already brushed on a couple of other really great,
NPC to NPC ships, which is Avel and Elfane, the Melazines, who are clearly and obviously in love with each other.
I love them both. Just, they can't shut up about each other. They're talking to strangers on these aqua buses, and they cannot help themselves but to sing each other's praises. And I love that. It's very endearing. I think they're great.
It's extremely endearing. I love them. And then there's the two women with the whale.
Yeah, dude.
I love them.
A personal favorite of mine. I really enjoyed that because, that was back in the day whenever I was, just playing the game, not knowing anything about anything, and I'm just exploring Watatsumi Island, and I see this, the side quests or whatever, and get totally surprised by these characters. I liked it. I liked the quest. The girl, she meets you and she's like, "Hey, so I don't really know this person that well, but she's been, she was talking about how she was gonna go out exploring, and she hasn't been back for a while. Have I told you how beautiful her voice is? I'm just, that's all, I'm just saying. And she's missing, and I'm really worried about her. And her voice is beautiful. Could you go, try to find her for me? And we go out and we find her. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I like that quest a bunch.
Yeah, I like them a lot. There are also a couple of NPC ships that are garbage.
Oh, geez.
I'm just gonna drop the one, which is Godwin and Glory. I just have to lay it out there. Glory is blind. She lives in Mondstadt. And Godwin was supposed to have gone on the big quest, I think, to Natlan, that the real
the
head of the Knights of
Grandmaster.
Favonius is on. Yeah, the Grandmaster person is on. But he got left behind. He trailed, I don't know, got held up or something. He had lost Glory. His girlfriend, who loves him so much, had given him a keepsake or something, and he lost it. So he's been looking for it this whole time.
Okay.
But he's too ashamed to go back and tell his girlfriend, who loves him, that he's still in Mondstadt, outside of the city. And so there's a daily where we're passing notes between her sending him dandelion seeds from home so that he doesn't miss her too much, and we'll get letters from him and he's just faking being on the mission.
I did not know
the big mission with the guy.
I didn't do dailies in Mondstadt enough, I guess, because I did not know about this at all. And
yes,
so
and then she gets it back. We have to read it to her because she's blind, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so worried. I hope he's okay. I hope he stays safe." And this fool is a mile away outside of the city, just wandering around.
Well, he's looking for that keepsake, I guess. Jeez,
I
dude.
guess
he needs to just hire us to
what?
take care of it. What is
But
this?
maybe he finds the keepsake. Maybe he has already found the keepsake, but he has been lying to her for so long that he's on this big mission. How does he reverse that? How does he go home? That he doesn't.
He's got to wait
can't. But then when they come home, he won't have been there, and none of the things that he said in his letters will line up with the things that happened. It's over. He needs to go start a new life somewhere, or he needs to go come clean to Glory. But he's just fucking around. Oh, I hate Godwin so much. It's important to me. It's important to me that this is known. I don't think anyone actually likes Godwin.
I can't believe this. I did not know about this. This is so crazy. That's nuts.
It's terrible. He's bad. He's bad news. He's awful.
Man. Am I so that reminds me of the dude who, or I don't know, I think of the woman in Liyue Harbor who talks about the sailor who she waits for him to come home all the time, and sometimes he does come home, and sometimes whenever you run by her there's a sailor by her, and they're talking about, she's talking to him about commitment, and he's saying, geez, I don't know, honey. And that's kind of their only interaction. But the gimmick is you can see that guy in Sumeru's port as well, talking to someone the same way. There's another woman that's waiting for her sailor boyfriend to come, and it's I'm pretty sure that there's more women out there in other ports in Izuma and others that are waiting for the same guy, and you can see the same guy talking to all of his babes.
All of his babes. Oh, man.
That happens. And I think it's funny, but it's pretty bad. It's another kind of upsetting thing that's happening for the NPCs.
That's true. There's another in Liyue Harbor. There's a woman who's waiting for her boyfriend to come home, or her fiance. She's waiting to marry him. But you can fly, the fancy boat that you can get to,
pleasure
curry
barge?
to it once you've been there. Yeah. He's on the pleasure barge with another woman.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah. She's like waiting for him to come home from across the sea so they can get married. And he's like, she could probably see him from where she's standing if she tried hard enough.
Dang, dude. That's tough.
Just like with other women.
Dang, that's nuts.
Yeah, there's some bad apples out here in NPC ships.
In Liowa. Jeez, yeah.
Harbor Town.
Yeah, I guess it's just
Fleet
how it
Week.
is. Am I imagining... not imagining. Am I exposing myself? Because there's definitely... What do I want to say here? I have reason to believe there is a ship between Yinger and the dude who sits by the crafting station in Mondstadt. Timaeus, yeah. Is that
you are not
a comic or is that canonical? That's my question.
That is something that we helped orchestrate during some kind of event. I don't remember what event, but we definitely helped facilitate that romance. That is real.
Okay, nice. So that's totally real, and I'm thinking of that event, not anything else.
Not anything else that you might have or might not have seen.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely not that. Nice. Okay, that's cool. I love I'm a huge Yinger enjoyer, so I'm glad that she's out there.
This surprises me 0%. Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I'm I can't. Having trouble thinking of other NPCs.
I think those are the major NPC ships. To my knowledge, it's like Dia and Duny, the Melazines, the Whale Women. Mm-hmm. I can't think of any other major NPC romances that are enjoyable. There's those researchers. There's like 2 separate events where it's like a man and a woman team of researchers that are like having a close connection, but they never it's like always a missed connection that we're either fixing or just pretending doesn't exist there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's the 2 researchers in the Archon quest that are down there working with Risley, and they work on that ship that Risley has, and they're they pretend like they're not in a relationship. Or like that they don't like each other, but they're totally into each other. Yeah,
definitely in a relationship.
And then, dude, you just awakened a triggering like thing for me that there's like a WeNut event that happened a year ago, and I like still like sometimes like lose my mind over it. I'm so mad.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh man, yeah, I hate. It's just like these 2 researchers who were like just really passionate about their WeNut machine. And they're totally into each other, and
I'm sorry. Their WeNut machine got me. Please continue.
And they totally into each other, and there's like this whole ass like love story like arc going on. They're just like, they're mad at each other, and then they kind of start to understand each other. Like, oh, that's that's where you came from, that's where I came from, and then there's like a rising action to this. And there's like no conclusion to it. Like the event ends, and it's like it's like in a rom-com where there's the rising action, and then the dude does something to fuck up, and then it's like, well, at the end of the movie they're gonna get back. Something's gonna happen, and they're gonna get back together. But like in the event, it's like the dude kind of fucks up, and they kind of go back to hating each other, and then that's the end of the event. And it's like, dude, you cannot do this to me. I was really into that love story. I cannot believe, man. I loved that. I loved that event. I wrote multiple like for patches after that. I mentioned that in the survey. Like when are we getting the when are we getting the conclusion to the WeNut team? I need this.
And if I'm not mistaken, they bring back the guy researcher for another event.
I don't remember.
But not I don't remember. It's a researcher. Maybe it's somebody else, because the gimmick for a while, especially right before Fontaine opened, was like all these Fontainian researchers all over the damn place.
Yeah.
So it could have been somebody else. But I had thought they said they were bringing back researchers we had met before. And we definitely thought it was going to be them and we were going to get the conclusion. And then that didn't happen.
Dang, man. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Hoyoverse. Man. All right. I think that's all I wanted to talk about this week. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
I can go first this week.
Yeah, you go first. I don't have thoughts.
My mind is constantly occupied by DUNY. I love these characters. Some of my favorite characters in the game. By that I mean, Dia is my favorite character in the game, and then DUNY is, attached to Dia in a very special way, and I really, really love them. And I just love shipping. Shipping is a fantastic pastime. I love it very much, and this is a great celebration of that. I love it. I think that'll do. ZZZ. We'll see. I'm not my favorite right now. I'm here for it in the future. We'll see what's up. Right now I'm a big woo-wah guy. I can't believe it. I'm shocked, but woo-wah. I thought ZZZ was gonna replace woo-wah as soon as it came out. It's kind of the opposite. ZZZ came out and I'm like, well, woo-wah is better in every way, so I'm just gonna keep doing woo-wah. And I cannot believe that that's the course of events that have happened for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, that leads into my final thought, because my final thought is about ZZZ. Mm-hmm. Mr. Panda. I've got to talk about Mr. Panda. Okay. He's just a panda. He's small. He's got a little smile on. He wears a little red hat. I don't know anything about Mr. Panda. I have to believe he's a reference to something. I don't know the reference. He sits at a table. He has cookies. I have found out it's cookies because the game made me think I was going to get to talk to Mr. Panda, but the interact just had me look at the table and see that there were cookies, and then imagine that a child must have left those cookies for him. So I have the hypothesis that Mr. Panda is in fact just a stuffed animal, perhaps the mascot of the coffee place. But
okay.
On the table in front of him is a fresh cup of coffee and a thing of napkins. If you're in the right angle, it appears and disappears. Okay. I need to know more about Mr. Panda. There is something here with Mr. Panda. Someone please tell me the secret to Mr. Panda. I just want him to be my friend, and if he's a stuffed animal, I just would like to bring him home in that case.
Yeah, if he's a stuffed animal, you're gonna steal him and go put him by that cursed slug watermelon on your bed.
If he is a stuffed animal, I'm going to kick the cursed slug watermelon out of my bed and put Mr. Panda there because he's so cute. He's so cute. Okay, that's all.
Okay, wonderful.
That's my final thought.
Well, good night, everyone. Babies.
Good night, babies.
Oh, jeez.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
I like that I have just gorillaed this into being the outro. It makes me really happy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you forced this upon us. Congratulations.